Welcome to Africa Digital News Television, ADNtv. This is Monday, the last day of November. Here are the headlines. Somalia and Kenya are nearing another diplomatic crisis. Mogadishu has pulled its ambassador from Nairobi. The Somali government has also expelled Kenya's top diplomat from its own capital for continuous, overt, and blatant interference in the internal and political affairs of the country. The moves were made public in a televised address by Somali Foreign Affairs Permanent Secretary Mohammed Ali Nur Haji. This comes after a speech by Jubaland President Ahmed Madobe claiming federal government interference in his state's ability to conduct elections. Madobe has been visiting Kenya for the past 2 weeks and held an impromptu news conference in Nairobi. The government of President Mohamed Farmajo accuses Kenya of placing great political pressure on Madobe. They say Nairobi is trying to pursue its political and economic interests in Somalia by disrupting the coming polls. The two countries have a dispute over control of an oil-rich sector at sea that is unresolved. Kenya is angry that Mira, or khat, a mild stimulant plant that produces a large trade surplus, is banned from export to Somalia. The Uhuru Kenyatta government has long been friendly with Madobe and others in Jubaland for cooperating in trying to control Al-Shabaab terrorist activity. Somalia claims that Madobe is pulling out of the September 17th agreement with the federal government regarding the elections. Acting U.S. Defense Secretary Christopher Miller came to Somalia for 3 hours on Friday. It was the first visit by such a senior American official in Somalia's history. U.S. officials confirmed that Miller met with the ambassador to Somalia, Donald Yamamoto. He also spent time with General Stephen Townsend, the head of AFRICOM in both Somalia and Djibouti. The U.S. African Command is based in Djibouti. Miller is expected to preside over the withdrawal of more than 700 American soldiers from Somalia before President Donald Trump leaves office in mid-January. Miller's visit to Somalia finished a Thanksgiving tour of the troops in the region, including Iraq and Afghanistan. Major troop withdrawals are expected in those nations as well. General Townsend issued a statement that seemed to confirm the impending redeployment of forces. Partnership and a range of U.S. assistance remains critically important to the stability, security, and prosperity of this region. We must continue to work together and deliver whole-of-government, international, and African solutions to address regional issues. There was no mention from U.S. or Somali spokespeople that Miller had any official contact with the Somali government. Djibouti's leader has declared there is a danger of Al-Shabaab seizing power in Somalia. President Omar Gelleh states that the terror group can buy MPs in the upcoming election and control the legislature. The neighboring country's head of state pointed to the shrewd financial maneuvering of the group as evidence of his speculation. We haven't yet managed to eliminate the leaders of this terrorist group, but we must, because Al-Shabaab has expanded its influence to the criminal economy to the extent it has become a sort of mafia. In the port of Mogadishu, few containers escape their control. They tax, racketeer, and traffic. More than anything else, corrupt many important figures. Djibouti has contributed troops to the UN mission in Somalia, AMISOM. It also belongs to the Intergovernmental Agency on Development, IGAD, that includes Somalia and 6 other neighbors. Analysts see Gelleh's statement as support for Somali intelligence operatives participating in the coming elections. Members of NISA, the National Intelligence and Security Agency, are said to be on the national election committees. Opposition politicians say that President Farmajo is using these personnel to gain re-election. Djibouti's president gives other reasons why their presence would be good for its neighbor. Gele has publicly backed Ethiopia in its conflict with the Tigray People's Liberation Front. ADNtv brings you the latest developments from Somalia, Africa, and across the globe.